Hi team. So today we are going to see how to create a cloud bucket and best practice for that. What I can do, I can type from here cloud storage browser or like storage storage. So in that whatever comes with the storage, it will list out here cloud storage storage. So from here I can select, or another thing is like I can go here and go in the storage. In storage we have a file store, cloud storage, and data transfer utility. So we can go with the cloud storage browser. So here you can see we don't have any bucket as of now, correct? And so what we are going to do, we are going to create some bucket once you first time we come up, so we can see some tutorial right hand side. You can close this. So first of all, like we need to click on create bucket. So info panel available to give the information learn for learning this activity to for tutorial. Let me click on the create. So I can give the unique name, whatever, like let's say uh, bucket bucket one. Okay. So what it will do, it will, this is the uniquely in the globe in the whole Google Cloud, and it should be the unique. So generally we try, if we try multiple names and all the names are available, so the best practice is like use your project name as a bucket name, so which is not going to be same anywhere, because project name also unique in the globe, and your bucket name should has to be unique. So that is the best one if you can keep it, and it's easy to remember, like the same bucket with the project name is attached to the same project. So easy to manage if you have a lots of bucket and lots of projects, right? And bucket you can assign obviously in a particular project as well. So from here I can click continue, right? uh, Location, multi-regional, dual regional, regional. So I am to make it high level, I am choosing multi-regional. Okay, let me click on continue. You can select on based on your budget and all the pricing model. Choose the default storage class for your data. Standard, there are four different classes for storage. But first is the standard, second nearline, cold line, and archive. So standard means best for short term storage and frequently access data. So this is like creating, if we are creating a ETL pipeline and something, so this is the good. We can select the standard, and we can put some expiry time also on the file data. Nearline for the best for the backup. You can see the definition written in the downside. Best for the backup and data access less than once in a month. And cold line is once in a quarter, like once in a 90 days or 3 months. Archive best for long term digital preservation of data. This is just kind of like archiving, or I want to data which is like I don't want to use as of now, but I can use yearly or some later time, so that can be archived. I can make it. Click on continue. The next is choose how to control access objects. So as of now I'm putting info uniform, right? You can do fine grained setting as well as using some other settings you can read on this bucket IAM permission and all. So uniform, ensure uniform access to all objects in the bucket by using only bucket level permission. This option become permanent after 90 days, right? So if you want to change, you can change before 90 days, otherwise it will be permanent. And fine grain means specific access to the individual object you can provide with fine grain, right? Which you can manage like related to permission or something. Click on next. Encryption, currently we Google provide two things. Google managed encryption it provide, and it generally says encryption on encryption. If they have an encryption key, so encryption key will be also encrypted. So that kind of things they provide, that a security level. Or otherwise we can use our custom managed encryption key to secure our data, right? if you want to set a retention policy, we can set it here, otherwise it's okay. And we can put some labels here. I'm putting on create, click on create command. So once I click on create command, it will create a bucket for me. Let me refresh from right corner. Yeah, so the bucket, if you go back in the browser, you can see bucket is available, and created time, location type, you can see, right, location, and data storage class you can see from here itself. Public access, currently it is not public, and access information and all is, you can see here, everything is okay. Click on the bucket. In this bucket I'm going to upload some files. Let me upload a file here. So I'm uploading files. I have downloaded some dataset with me. So I have a two CSV rating and accommodation. Upload. Once I click upload, data is going to upload here. See how fast it uploaded. You can see the data size 4.8 KB on very small files, but still it uploaded within a second, somewhere around a 1 or 2 second it took, not more than that, right? I can check object. In object I have this bucket, upload file, upload folder, create folder. I can do multiple things, download or something. And configuration, I can check out permissions. I can manage public access, not public as of now. The bucket is not publicly accessible as of now, but I can make it like remove public access prevention. Access control 90 days change, whichever we have seen uniform. We have one more like that we can use, otherwise retention policy as of now we disabled, but we can make it. Life cycle, life cycle rule let you apply action to the bucket object when certain conditions are met. For example, switching object to a colder storage, like I want this particular bucket shift to the cold storage or some other storage after this time. So those kind of that is lifetime life cycle we can define here. So we can add a rule, right, and delete rule, whatever we can. As of now there is no rule. So this is my bucket, and monitoring, I can monitor the buckets. So obviously it give a 1 hour something, and as of now it's not coming. In the setting of the bucket, you can go for some extra settings like project access. A project is required for creating, enabling, and using all Google Cloud services. These cloud storage services are for the current project and may necessary for connecting to the, that is, you can read out all the contents are here. Interoperability, so how you will access this, right? So like this we can access outside if you want to access. Let me click on the browser. Okay, so we have three files as of now. These files level permission, we can put a download also or something. Okay, if I want to make some change or some permission, so here in the last you will see three dots. From once you click on those three dots in the end, you can download, edit metadata, edit permission, copy, move, rename, export to PubSub, or scan with cloud data loss prevention. There are other services also, we can do a lot of things. If I click on edit permissions, so as of now there is nothing like for edit permission, so I can I can do it later. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty much like how to create a bucket and all, right? Hope you understood. Thank you.